Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 3. This is Monday, or video number 1 for this week. I have some different activities for us to do this week, and hopefully they will all work out and they will work well for you. I wanted to get away from the textbook assignments for a minute. I believe we still will have 1 or 2 textbook assignments, but for the most part, I have included some different activities to kind of switch it up a bit. So for today's activity, this is just going to be a review from last week. I know on Friday's assignment, well, I believe it's Thursday. I forgot that we didn't have school on Friday. But last week's assignments for chapter 5.5, you had to do the converting between percents, decimals, and fractions. So here is just another review sheet to kind of get you more practice to do this. So each of you should have your own Google Doc that looks like this, that looks like the screen. You are going to convert fractions, decimals, and percents, and you're going to put them in a table like this. So basically, each row are the same number. So for example, this column is going to be your fraction column, this column is going to be your decimal column, and this column is going to be your percent column. So this percent and this decimal are going to equal this fraction. So you're going to go by row. So each row, you're going to have all 3 versions of that number. You're going to have the fraction, the decimal, and the percent. So as you go through each row, you're just going to fill in the missing blank. I believe some you have, like for example, the first 3 rows, you have 2 of the 3, so you just need to fill in the blank. When you get down, well, they all do. So they all have 2 of the 3. So you're just doing 1 for each row. Okay, so I put up here in the directions, fill in the missing blanks. Use a different color for your answers, please. That way I know which ones you solved. Okay, so if you please try and remember to do that. So I'm just going to do the first one here for you, just to give you a little example. Now you will be able to type right into the document. So be sure you change your color of your letters, or your numbers for that matter. And if you need to work out the work on a scrap sheet of paper, please feel free to do so. Okay, so for the purpose of this demonstration though, I'm not going to be able to type into the document. So for the first one, we have a decimal of 0.05 and the percent version of that is 5%. I need to find what the fraction is. So if you remember from your notes from last week, to find a fraction, you first start with the decimal, okay? And you look at the place value of the last digit. Okay, the place value of this last digit of this decimal is in the hundredths place. So then I'm just going to put that number over 100. Okay? So 5 over 100. Now that is not simplified. You must simplify your fractions. So I can divide both of these numbers by 5. And 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So my answer here would be 1 over 20. So 1/20th is the same thing as 0.05, which is the same thing as 5%. So please go ahead and try and fill in the rest of this document and submit it when you are finished. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Thank you.